We are the miscommunication trope.
We are the miscommunication trope. Good thing we didn't let it affect our relationship like a whole bunch of others.
I love that you don't do anything that I ask.
All right, listeners, watchers, readers of all kind. Welcome back to the Unfinished TBR. I'm Hannah.
I'm Allie.
And today is another debrief.
Yes.
September's debrief.
Yes. The best month of the year, I would say.
If you do say so yourself, right? Now, we are still technically in September, but we're cutting it off here. This is the 27th, so we'll just catch the end of the month next.
Yes.
Which
means I have 3 days to continue to up my count.
How many did you get to this month?
I think in total 11.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. You're killing it then. And
Yes,
I had a few short ones this month that I told you about.
Right.
To help you with the rest of the year. So
right.
What are we at? Do you know what you're at to be able to?
Let me look.
Okay. Because
Now,
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm very eager to hear how much you have to read.
Well, thanks to these debriefs, I think that my fable is pretty much spot on.
Nice.
And they always do the little chart.
Yes, I love that little
I do
chart.
too.
I think that's going to be so cute.
I have read 72 books.
Nice. So that means you have to read
monthly. Suggested goal is 16 books a month.
So it's even higher than it was.
Yeah.
But you've read so much.
I know.
Well, get those short ones from this month, which we will talk about. And then you'll be golden.
Yeah, you can see, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've kind of killed it.
You have. You really have.
So.
All right. So let's get into what we're currently reading. What are you currently reading?
I am listening to What Happened to the Bennetts by Lisa Scottoline.
Scottoline sounds right.
Yeah. Didn't we read something from her? Didn't you read something from her?
It was, nope. I could tell you what it was. It was every 15 minutes. Casey suggested it in last year's spooky book recommendations. That was the recommendation from her mother. I'm pretty sure that was the author.
Yes, it is. Every 15 minutes, and then What Happened to the Bennetts. She's got quite a few more that I've never heard of, but it was a skip the line loan, and I was like, hey, I need the pressure to read faster.
There you go.
So, no, it's pretty good. So,
how far are you in it?
I am 40% of the way
Okay,
through.
nice.
It's a 10-hour book, so.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's not bad.
A family gets carjacked, and their daughter gets shot during the carjacking, and so the police think that it is like a pretty big cartel that shot the daughter, and so they put the family in witness protection. So it's following that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Dang. What else are you reading?
I am reading on my Kindle The Love Haters by Catherine Center. I needed, you'll see that I haven't had a lot of like cheesy romance here in a minute.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while for me as well.
I need it. I need a good like.
I can tell you it hits
romance.
different after it's been a while.
Yes.
I experienced that this week. That's for sure.
So, well, actually, no, it hasn't been that long since a cheesy romance, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
What are you reading?
So I am, I literally just this morning started, finally, The Sentinels in the Oakwood.
Okay.
By J.P.S. Stalder. And I did say it wrong last time. I apologize. And because I started it, which literally I'm like a couple pages in, I realized he signed it for us. I know.
That's awesome.
I know. So I feel even worse that it's taken me this long to open it up. But, you know,
I'm
moving
sure
and stuff.
I'm sure if he knows who we are, then he knows that we have a lot. We literally have an unfinished TBR.
Yeah,
so.
it is so unfinished. It somehow just keeps growing. I don't know how this happens. But yeah, so I just started that this morning. Also, just this morning, I was next in line on Caraval.
Okay.
By Stephenie Garber, which is the same one that wrote the Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yes.
That I loved back a few months ago.
Right.
The one that is, I saw a video on the third one where this series was actually supposed to be first.
Oh.
That Caraval
yeah.
was supposed to be. So I'm going to see if it matters. Hopefully it doesn't.
I mean, you seem to have followed along.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic.
So
I loved it.
I don't think it matters whenever it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I feel about the Six of Crows, because I went to the bookstore and I was like, hey, I've been told that this Six of Crows is very, very good.
I've heard the same thing.
But the girl, she was like, actually, it's like almost like a spin-off of this. And I'm like, well, should I read that series first? And she's like, you don't have to. And I'm like, but should I?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's like I can't remember the exact number, so we'll just say it's like 6 books. And I'm like, I have to read 6 books to get to the one book that I want to read. And she's like, well, you don't have to. And I'm like, but should I?
That was almost the exact conversation that me and Beth Ann had, or maybe it was me and Allison Thomas, about the Assassin's Blade. I was like, you can read it first, or you could read it fourth or third or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, but which one should I do? It's kind of up to you. It's, you know, that's very similar.
Yeah.
So I get the girl at the bookstore. I understand her thought process.
I don't think I want to sign up for 6 books whenever I haven't heard of them
I gotcha.
to read the one book
That you have heard of.
right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because it would kind of be like
It'd be like having to read Throne of Glass to get to ACOTAR.
Yeah. 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 It would. That's the exact setup. But so yes, I will be starting that Monday. I might start it today while I clean. I don't know. I've got dishes to do and stuff, so I might start it while I'm doing that. I don't know. If not, I'll start it on Monday on my drive to work. And then another one I'm going to continue reading is the Skeleton Crew short stories by Stephen King, which we did the kind of joint book club episode with the Nether Sphere just a couple weeks ago. So if you want to take a look at that, that was posted last week, actually.
Okay.
Last week. So by the time this airs, it will have posted last week. So take a look at that, and hope you enjoy. I think I'm going to keep all the chit chatting in there too, because it was just fun.
It was fun.
You know?
I had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah,
I really
they were
liked
so
them.
sweet. Yeah. And that is it right now. I don't really have anything electronic set up yet because I just finished one on my Kindle. So kind of letting the other ones have their chance.
I mean, you have 2 physical books.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We'll give you a break.
Exactly. But I can tell you everything I want to get into spooky season. I like next month is going to go hard with the spooky stuff.
Yes.
Hence the Skeleton Crew, keeping that, you know. All right, so let's get into the month.
Okay. I read First Time Caller by B.K. I think it's Borison, and I'm going to be very impressed.
with yourself if you were right.
Yeah. Look at that. If it doesn't even have the name on there. Let me
How does it not have the name on there?
Because I took a screenshot of the
okay. Okay. I'll give you that then.
B.K. Borison. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I read it from September 1st to September 5th. I rated it 3-star. It is a cheesy romance.
Gotcha.
Let me read it first and then I'll get into it.
Okay. Yes.
I seem to... Okay. Aiden Valentine has a secret. He's fallen out of love with love. And as the host of Baltimore's Romance Hotline, that's a bit of a problem. But when a young girl calls into the station asking for dating advice for her mom, the interview goes viral, thrusting Aiden and Heartstrings into the limelight. Lucy Stone thought she was doing just fine. She has a good job, an incredible family, and a smart, slightly devious kid. But when all of Baltimore is suddenly scrutinizing her love life, or lack thereof, she begins to question if she's happy as she believed. Maybe a little more romance wouldn't be such a bad thing. Everyone wants Lucy to find her happy ending, even the handsome, temperamental man calling the shots. But when sparks start to fly behind the scenes, Lucy must take the final decision between the radio-sponsored Happily Ever After or the man in the headphones next to her.
Sounds cheesy.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people talking about it. Yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about it. It's definitely Hallmarky. There were a couple of not necessarily plot holes, but for example, her child's father is gay.
Huh?
Right. But it doesn't go into, it's just like, well, we had a child together and we were very young. And now now my daughter has 2 dads.
You can't
I know.
make a
We're not in the
statement.
time. Right.
You can't make a statement like that and then not elaborate on what.
At least be like, it wasn't like that's what made him realize.
Right.
Or something. It didn't have anything. It was just like, this is how it is.
It was just skimmed over.
Right. And I'm
Wow.
like, and listen, I'm all for, live the life that you want to live. I don't care. But whenever you have a child with a woman, I'm going to ask some questions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Maybe not to your face, though.
We'll do it on a podcast.
No. So that is one thing. It's almost like people, and that's not the only scenario. That's just the one that comes up first in my mind. Mm-hmm. There was just a lot of people that were introduced, and I was like, but why?
But why? Yeah. That is exactly how I felt with the strawberry, you know, the one, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and the Christmas Tree Farm.
Yes.
That is exactly how I felt. Because that was a similar situation to what the second book had.
Right. Her dad
was gay.
Right. But even in that book, it
Explained that they were friends.
And they just wanted a baby.
And then they all 3 lived together.
Yes.
1 on the bottom floor, 2 on the top floor. Like
that had an explanation.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But just to throw it in there and then
no explanation, just be like, well, this is how it is. And I'm like, you're writing a book.
Yeah.
Like, you're introducing us to these characters.
Yes. If you're introducing this as a dynamic,
right,
explain the dynamic.
Right.
Like,
because you're explaining everybody else's dynamic except for this one.
Yes. And that just feels like you're just pushing it in there just for the sake of having it instead of elaborating.
Yeah. So that is the one issue that I have with this book. It is cheesy.
Sickly sweet.
Sometimes you need it.
Oh, yeah.
And I gave it a 3-star. So,
is it on like Kindle or anything?
I got it on Libby. It's fairly new.
Gotcha. So probably not.
Right.
I gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's 1 credit on Audible.
It should be. Everything should be.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And just so you know.
Speaking of which, I did get Audible because the next book that I can go ahead and bring it up.
When was it?
It was Accomplice to the Villain.
Nice. You had to finish that before the podcast.
Yes, I finished it September 5th.
Nice.
Because I got a free trial of Audible.
Yes. Yeah. The 30-day.
So that way I listened to it on 2 times speed, pinned up to my ear like this while my daughter was sleeping. So that way I didn't wake her up.
I literally do that with Matthew.
So, yes. I also finished Accomplice to the Villain, and I got Audible, and they gave me 2 credits.
Yes.
So I used both my credits this month.
Nice. You should get 1 a month going forward, and if you buy more, the more you buy in one lump sum, the cheaper each credit is.
Yeah.
If you buy 5 at a time, yeah, it's $60, but it's like the cheapest option for the credits that you get.
$12 a book.
Yeah.
So,
which is about standard.
Yeah.
But and then
I'll just wait. I'm already paying $20 a month.
Right. And
I'll just wait.
then on top of that, you've got
Libby,
you've got Spotify, Kindle, you've got supplements.
Right. So you don't have to.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The only thing is like Accomplice to the Villain isn't on Spotify. It would be a long wait on Libby. So
yes.
It would be if you need to, but I mean, how many other people have a podcast that they're like, I gotta have this finished by?
Or maybe they wanted to make sure that they were ready for our podcast episode.
True.
Yeah, you got to
true.
think of it that way. We got to think about the people. We're here for the people.
Right. How could I forget?
So yes, Accomplice to the Villain. We have had an entire episode over that. So go back and check that out.
We actually dressed up in costumes for it.
Oh yeah, we did. Each of us took our own take on it. So go check it out. We had a blast. I had a blast with that, at least.
It was good.
All right.
I started to get a little hangry there at the end, so I apologize.
If you can't tell.
That's not me. That's not me.
You're not you when you're hungry.
No, that was whenever you were little and your mom's like, "Oh, your belly's growling." I always pictured a tiger in my belly, so that was the tiger. That was the tiger coming out. It wasn't me.
I've never heard that before, and I love it. Love it.
You never heard your belly's growling?
I mean, yeah, I've heard my belly growling, but I never
always, for some reason,
heard
and like
of anybody thinking it was something.
Yeah, no, like in my mind's eye, I can still see the tiger is like pound, like doing
ready to pounce.
Yes, and it's and it's in like a dark like backdrop or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see it in my mind's eye. And it's like a tiger in my belly. And so that was the tiger coming out.
Nice. Well, you were dressed up as Scary Evie. So, I mean, you were just in character is what it was.
This is why I'm friends with her. She enables me.
I validate you, dude. I validate you.
You enable me.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm here for. So I had one on September 7th. Okay. I finally finished The Risk.
Okay.
By the St. Abbey. Okay. So let me see. I should have had the synopsis pulled up. This took me from July 9th to September 7th, which is really crazy because this book was, I'm pretty sure, 187 pages long.
Okay.
It was good. Yeah. I just didn't take the time to get my Kindle out,
If anybody wants to know what I'm drinking, this is triple chocolate frozen coffee. Don't tell me the calories. I don't want to know.
Shut up about that.
That's Keep none of my business.
Away from
that
us.
That is none of my business.
The point is, it has caffeine and it's delicious.
Yeah, and I have protein coffee 4 days a week. So
there you go. You need
it's over half a week.
Yeah, you need actual.
Yeah, I'm just evening out what a normal person's coffee calories would be.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're good. All right. So here is the synopsis for The Risk. They took too much, left too little. I had nothing to lose until him.
Oh, it's one of those. Is it a smutty book?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a Road by Cormac McCarthy or something like that.
No. Okay, so Lana. I didn't expect him. I didn't want to fall in love, but I can't let him go. Logan Bennett makes the world a safer place. He's brilliant. He's a hero. He locks away the sick and depraved. But when he's saving lives, I'm taking them, collecting the debts that are owed to me. 10 years ago, they took from me. They left me for dead. They should have made sure I stayed dead. Now I'm taking from them, one name at a time. I've trained for too long. I've been patient. I can't stop now. Revenge is best served cold. They never see me coming until I paint their walls red. Logan doesn't know how they hurt me. He doesn't know about the screams they ignored. He doesn't know how twisted that town really is. He just knows people are dying. He doesn't know he's in love with their killer. No one suspects a dead girl, and Logan doesn't suspect the girl in his bed. They're looking for a monster, not a girl who loves red, not a girl in love. I'm a faceless nightmare. At least until I tell them the story they've pretended never happened. But in the end, will Logan choose them, or will we watch them burn together? Let's see. Yeah, that's just trigger warnings. Yeah. There are trigger warnings on this one.
It's just trigger warning.
It's a deep one. It's a because I mean they sexually abused her and all that stuff. So I mean it's tough. Know that going in. Yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with this book because I absolutely love that premise. The idea of him being the cop that's on the case of these killings, and she is the one doing the killing. Mm-hmm. She knows it's him that is investigating. He doesn't know it's her. He's investigating.
Right.
I like that. I love that. That's great. And I do love the fact that it was a quick read, but there's no reason for the story to be this short.
Yeah, like you could go into more detail.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. It ended on a cliffhanger.
Uh-huh.
It's split into 5 books in this series.
Yeah. Just
on this one storyline. Why did you cut it off so quick? Like, why are you doing this? Because I just want to let's see here. Let's just grab one real fast. Let's see. The Hunger Games, right? Okay. 132 pages. 132 pages. So we're taking 2 minutes to find page 132 in this book. Just to tell you, okay, just so you know, 132 pages in the Hunger Games was only part 1. Think about the Hunger Games.
Right.
And the storyline. She is just now... PETA is just now saying on live television that he is in love with the girl that came with him. That is where this story cuts off time-wise, if you were to look at it in this context. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, think of how much story there's left. There's 2 more parts to this story.
Right.
No wonder it's split into 5, but why split it into 5?
Right.
That's my hate part of it. Still a good story though, and I do plan on continuing the series.
Up those numbers, baby.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. If you're wanting to get 16 books a month for the rest of the year,
Abby's there for the girls.
She's
a girl's girl.
She is here for you. I am invested for now, so I will be reading the rest of the series eventually. It's just, in 5 books, I might feel differently. You know, it's one of those things. It might trickle off because it's like, okay, why are we still doing this? You know, so yeah. I gave it 3.75. It's a 4.2 overall. It is on Kindle Unlimited, and the only buying options are $1.99 on Kindle or $4.60 on Audible, which is about less than half of a credit on Audible. So don't waste your credit on it. Just buy it because it's cheaper that way. I'm looking out for you. You now, because you're on Audible. Okay, so I had another one on the 8th, and this was King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, which I was reading at the time when we made the last one. The first one was Red Queen. So I won't be reading the synopsis for this one.
Hold up. Casey's texting.
What'd she say?
I didn't realize your pick on outfits for debrief, but I kind of want a floral semi-grandma-esque outfit. I did not bring that.
No worries.
For the Harlequin romance, if we can. You said, are we still on for this morning? Casey said, I'm guessing she didn't show. Oh, hi, I see you down there.
Send her a snap of the two of us.
I did say, I'm here. Miss you, Casey.
Love you.
That's so funny.
I love her.
Guessing she didn't show. The faith she has in me.
Okay, but I did ask if we were still on. So, I mean, I think that's simple.
Wait! The faith you all have in me.
Listen, I'm enabling you, okay?
Have I never not shown up?
Knoxville Book Festival. Whenever we were doing the interview, we heard nothing.
We knew that.
No, we heard nothing.
Yes, I told you that I wasn't going.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
We talked about how we both expected you to be there.
No, because I said that I go to church with Isla because Mom takes Isla to church and then I go and pick her up there.
I thought that was like we have to keep it in a certain time frame so that you can. We both thought that it was. That's why we left the third channel.
And I'm finding out about this 6 months later. You all have thought this about me for 6 months?
Oh my gosh. Well, it does make me feel better that you've never not shown up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Me and her literally had a conversation where we were like, do you think she still wants to do this? Do you or do you think she's getting tired of it? Like what? Like and then you never brought it up, and so we were like, well, we'll never bring it up. Like, and then here we are bringing it up.
The whole time you thought I just didn't show.
The whole time.
It's just a miscommunication. We are the miscommunication trope.
We are the miscommunication trope. Good thing we didn't let it affect our relationship like a whole bunch of others. See, that is how you resolve a miscommunication, is you just move on. And
bring it up years later.
This is so funny.
I'm finding out how my friends feel about me.
It was one time. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Wow, that was hilarious.
I'm gonna pick a day. It could be a month from now. It could be like years down the road if we're still doing this. I'm just not gonna show up.
That's going to be the actual time when you purposefully don't show up when we're expecting you.
And I'm going to be like, let's see how long it takes them to bring it up.
That is setting a trap. But I condone it. Because I'll forget by then. I'll forget about this conversation.
God.
I know I will.
I'm just so baffled that you all had this picture in your mind of me that I had no idea about.
No, that was a one-time thing. It's not like
a Polaroid, but it's still a picture.
Oh my gosh.
She said the Knoxville Book Festival, and I was like, I literally rode there with you the second day. What are you talking about? You came to my house and picked me up. Oh my gosh.
What do we do from where do we go from here?
How do I move on?
Knowing. Okay, so this is where the miscommunication trope hits. Like, this is where it's like, how do I move on from this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, this is what happens. It's a miscommunication and y'all are talking about it. But then, like, whenever you go home, you're like, wait.
starting to understand them more. I'm starting slowly to understand miscommunication tropes more now.
So funny. Y'all thought I just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We couldn't read your mind. You were too far away. It was through a screen.
Couldn't read your mind.
Oh my gosh. One brain cell here. See, now we're reading each other's minds because we're in the same room. All right. So, on September 8th, I finished King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This is the one that I only had a couple hours left in the last debrief.
Are you wanting to talk about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So this one was harder to keep up with than the first one because of she introduced like two more points of view, and it was hard to like get into their mindset. I would like I would be in this lane of God, I can't even remember her name. I would be in this lane of the main character, and then it would switch, and I wouldn't catch that she said a different name at the beginning of the chapter. And so it would be a different narrator.
I hate it when it does that. I hate it when books do that.
Yeah.
Because that's not the first book I've like seen do that.
Yeah. And there's no, like all it is that brief second of them saying their name and I miss it.
When there's only one narrator.
Oh, yes. See, that was at least one clue for me it was a different narrator for each of them.
Right.
So that helped a little bit. I just, the first time on each narrator, I was like, okay, who are we talking about? What is this?
Yeah.
You know, and and I didn't really like those other characters anyway. So, you know, it was one of those things. And it was, I was literally saying at the beginning of the debrief, whenever I was in the middle of it, I was literally saying, it's like these books keep getting, like, they keep stepping up. Those last 2 hours ruined it.
Yeah.
Those last 2 hours ruined it because the ending was stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you about it because of how stupid it was. So here he is. He's about to be crowned king. And the whole time, this is the political one that is like reds versus silvers. And the reds have always been servants and slaves and everything for the silvers. And so this silver is about to be king, and she loves him as a red. She loves him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, be my queen. And she's like, no, I don't want a system where there's a king or queen. I want a democracy. And so she refuses. And so for political reasons, he has to marry somebody else. And it's another silver. And it's like, why didn't you agree? It doesn't matter if you want a democracy. That's going to take time. But you know what's going to quicken it up is if the queen says, we're cutting this out. That would make sense. Like, demolish it from within. You know?
Yeah.
Like that, it didn't make sense to say no.
Right.
At that point, I was like, that is the stupidest thing you could have possibly done. Like, are you just wanting people to fight? That's the only explanation. Oh, I don't want war. Well, it's going to be a civil war now because you're not taking that role and you're not dismantling it from the inside. Mm-hmm. It's just drawing it out for another book. And I was like, come on, dude. So, I mean, it wasn't that big a deal that I ended up DNFing the next one.
Else.
Yeah. He's literally betrothed to somebody else because of that.
Yeah.
And it's another silver. So, you know that's not going to get dismantled.
Yeah.
If another silver is in there. I originally gave this one a 4 out of 5, but after composing my notes and like every time I thought about the fact that she turned down being the queen, I got more and more worked up about it. And so I was like, nope, I'm bringing it down to a 3. because she made a bad decision. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's a 3.8 overall. And it's on Libby, and this is one of the ones that was priced weird on Kindle.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Yeah. So this one is $6.99.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. And then I had also September 11th.
Oh, jeez.
I had September 11th finishing New Moon.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, on September 11th, I read September 11th.
No.
Like,
No. But yeah, so I read that one from the 8th to the 11th.
this is when we get our boy.
Oh my God.
Our boy.
I wanted to bust my own eardrums out listening to this. Like, I was the entire book frustrated the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I hated it. Am I going to continue the series? Yes, I have to. But good God, it was so bad. I do not remember it being this bad. How long has it been for you?
It's been since middle school.
Yeah. It's terrible.
But I just feel like the nostalgia would do it for me.
It's not doing it for me. I can tell you.
Well, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I can always.
Yeah.
And I also have the physical copy.
And you'll see how bad it is now.
I don't know because I remember Renee, Whitney's mom, going to watch all the things with us, and I don't know if it's because, but like I bet it was good at the time,
dude. It's so bad now. It is so, every single relationship is so toxic, every single one. It's unreal how bad
Charlie.
It is. Charlie's just a golden boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie is him. All right. Yes.
Every time.
My exact review is Bella and Edward are both so unbelievably toxic. Jacob deserved better anyway. No wonder my idea of love as a teenager was so toxic if this was what I was into at that time.
Yeah.
No wonder I was cringe as all get out. No wonder I got hung up on things unnecessarily. Oh my God.
Well, isn't she also Mormon? I mean, come on.
I'm starting to see the cultishness of it all. Like, I'm starting to see it all.
Sorry to all the Mormons out there.
This was the time when I figured out that Bella Swan and Allie have the same birthday.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd forgotten about it, but I do remember. Yeah.
Yes. She was turning 18 at the beginning of the book. And at one point, this was hilarious. At one point, someone made a comment like, hey, at least you're not 29. Then you'd really be ancient. And I was like, Allie is literally turning 29. Like, that's just rude.
29?
Okay?
But also, so you finished this on the 11th. So if you would have held out for like, how crazy would that have been if you were reading it and you saw September 13th on September 13th?
Yeah. Would have been crazy.
Insane. Mm-hmm. September 13th is just like, it just feels good.
It's a satisfying birthday.
That's a very satisfying birthday. 9/13 is just.
Yeah.
But 13 is my lucky number, so that works.
There you go. But really, why was everyone so toxic in this?
I don't know.
Well,
they were high school, but also 100 years old. So
Edward, it's time for us to leave. Not you. I don't want you to come with us. Bella, I'm going to throw myself into danger just to see Edward in my imagination again, Swan. Which, by the way, what was that?
I don't know.
What was that? Oh my God, don't even get me started on the I love him deeply in my soul. I can't live without him, but only as a friend. I'm going to hold his hand and cuddle up to him and spend every day with him and enjoy having a claim on him, but only as a friend.
Yeah.
That's not leading him on. That's not leading him on because I told him we're just friends, but sometimes our faces are really close together and I look deeply into his eyes and think about kissing him. We're just friends though. No wonder I was so messed up as a teenager.
Do you get mad at me? Because that sounds like something I would do.
Not because you love these books. Like, they need to grow. This is what happened. You need to. This is why it turned out the way that it did. So, yeah. I also got super bad vibes when I realized she was spending so much time with Edward that she was neglecting her friends.
Yeah.
Because I had a relationship like that.
But also, it kind of just happens naturally, but yes.
But in a way to where, like, you're blowing off plans and stuff. I don't blow off plans with you guys now with Matthew, but I definitely
and neither
did
do
whenever.
I.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't. No, you know. But like, I don't blow off plans with my friends now just because I'm with. I literally went and hung out with Amanda last night, and Matthew was like, "Yeah, go have fun." But guess what? I had a relationship where that wasn't always the case. I almost lost all of my high school friends because of the relationship that I was in where I was neglecting them. Mm-hmm. I kept not showing up to things. I kept blowing them off to go be with him at his insistence. And I was at his beck and call constantly. I saw that in this, and I was immediately like, run away. Like,
I hope he sees this.
I hope he does too, because he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. But anyway, so yeah, don't do that. If you're in a relationship and you're to the point where you're blowing off plans, either at your partner's insistence or because you're that obsessed with them, that's not good.
Ask you a question?
Also, just put that out there. It is never okay to kill yourself over a person. Like, don't do it. Yeah. There's so much more to live for than one person.
You literally move. It takes a while.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
you don't think you're going to be able to.
I can be the person to tell you. Sometimes it takes like a long time, but then you do get there,
mm-hmm. and then suddenly. Like, it's like, that was stupid of me to think that I wouldn't get to this point, you know?
Yeah.
And I think Bella got that. Edward obviously did not. Like, he was about to go kill himself. Like, don't even. Also, one of the things that I didn't talk about with the last one, but it was again prevalent in this one. She talked so much about his breath. Like, so much to where she was like, his breath fanned over my face. I inhaled his breath.
Oh.
His breath. I felt his breath at my ear. He exhaled, and I just wanted to sniff it all in. Like, I was like, this feels weird. What does it smell like? Blood. That is
irony.
Yeah. Yeah. So I gave it a 2 out of 5. It's a 3.5 overall. It does have 103,000 reviews on Fable. So there's that. It's on Kindle Unlimited and Libby. It is $10.99 regular on Kindle if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, though. And this right here is where I DNF'd Warstorm. I literally got 6% of the way in. And that was a personal decision on my part, and I don't fault anybody for continuing if that is what you choose. It was a personal conviction of mine. Also, I could see it just going the way of, they were about to go to a place that had a democracy, all of them, his new bride and him and her, and I was like, obviously, yeah, all 3 of them, and obviously it's going to turn into something. And I was like, I couldn't get past the fact that she did not take him up on being queen. Like, I was just so frustrated, and I could see how long the book was, and I'm not going to put myself through this anyway, you know. I did come across, during my research, some more controversy surrounding this book that I want to talk about, because I talked to you and Casey about this. And turns out the information that I got was backwards. It is not her.
Yes, it's powerless. Because I was thinking,
powerless.
I was thinking this series has been out for a while.
Yes. So I saw somebody talk about plagiarism with this book, and I was like, that on top of everything else, my gosh, I'm gonna quit. But then as I was composing my notes, I did the research, and this came out in 2015, and they're saying Powerless is plagiarized, and it came out in 2023.
Yeah.
So I was also trying to look at those dates and see maybe they came out around the same time and they just happen to have similar ideas. But no, that's that's 8 years difference. That's even if you take into consider, even if you give 2 years for writing, that's still 6 years since those came out. So now I do plan on reading Powerless, because at this point I just have to see. You know, I want to see for myself.
I couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I want to see if those are founded.
I like fantasy, but fantasy is more on the top of your list than it is for me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I will be reading that at some point. And then, dang, I had another one because
I'm about to go ham.
This is when I started the poetry books.
Okay.
So those were really quick back to back, which I'm not going to go in depth because we're going to have an episode over these.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, because there are 3 Willow Bowery books, and I cannot remember what exactly Casey said about the significance of the name Willow Bowery.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said.
Casey's the Taylor Swift girl. I like Taylor Swift.
Yes,
I'm just not into it.
Yes.
You know, like I'm not gonna
I'm not down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, no.
So
I love the fact that her and Travis Kelce are getting married. I love that.
It's one of those you know,
I love it.
I thought her caption was really cute. Your gym teacher and your English teacher
I have
get married.
to get the TikTok and show it to you in between.
Okay.
But there's one where it's like they're both human exclamation marks.
Yeah.
And I love
They definitely
that.
are. They've got the same energy, that's for sure. I just go back and forth on whether I like that energy or not.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, you know, I don't know. But so there are these 3 poetry books and a 4th one coming out. And I started with this one because it came out first.
Right.
I wanted to go in release order, not necessarily how they correlate with her albums, Taylor Swift's albums.
Okay.
So this one was Tortured Poets, and it's by Willow Bowery. I read it's on Kindle Unlimited. I read it all on the 12th.
Okay.
Like it's such a quick read. I mean, it's poetry. Yeah. You know, like pages are half filled and stuff. It's going to be hard
for me to get through.
It you would think it was actually pretty easy for me to get into. It was still like I liked it. It was all like I don't know. It was just little pieces of a puzzle and just I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Yeah. And if nothing else, it's just a really quick read. Yeah. And there are some lines in there that I was like, oh, whoa, that was delicious.
Yeah.
That was give me more, mama. Like but I'm not going to read the synopsis because each one of these synopses have like one line to them. So I'm not going to go through the trouble of looking it up because it takes forever to look up. But
we're going to be doing an in-depth episode. So.
Yes, at some point. So you might as well subscribe so that you don't miss it because we don't know when it's coming.
We planned for this month.
I think we did too. The plan of the month of October. So be looking for it. I'm not typically a poetry reader. I think the closest thing that I've got on a regular basis is The Song of the Sparrow. It's technically written like a poem, short little pages and stuff. But the last time I read a collection of poems that were all like individual poems was Falling Up.
Okay.
By Shel Silverstein.
Yeah.
That was all the way back in like middle school. Which, just so everybody is aware, it's rated 4.9 on Amazon. The Falling Up is.
Really?
Yeah. Because I remembered.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the name right, and so I pulled it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, 4.9." Yeah. So
what's your favorite? What's your favorite poem? Quote of all time.
I really like the William Shakespeare one. I can't quote it directly, but it's the one where he's talking about as long as men have eyes to read, ears to hear, and hearts to feel, your memory will never die. or something like that, because he's written his love for her in the poem.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that. I think
Yeah.
that's super sweet.
Mine's And Kisses Are a Better Fate Than Wisdom by E.E. Cummings. I love that. I used to have it. I used to have it like on all my bios.
I love
On all my
that.
socials. And Kisses Are a Better Fate Than Wisdom.
I like that. I like that.
Because
That fits.
do you want to die smart?
Or do you want to die in love?
Yes.
In love.
Or do you want to die?
It's obvious what I've chosen.
Yeah.
I did not choose smarts.
Me neither.
So yeah. So in case you didn't, I don't know if we made it plain enough. Willow Bowery is apparently, like, people are thinking it's a pseudonym for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So that is what
I don't
we're
know
going to
how.
be. I don't know how either. Casey will know that. So be looking for the episode if you're a Taylor Swift fan. And
if you're not, then
I mean, still come check it out.
yeah.
Why not? Why not? Just subscribe. Dang it. Daggone. All right. So I gave it a 4.25. It's a 3.6 overall. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It is $6.97 on Kindle, $14.99 paperback. And now it is Allie's turn again. I don't have another one till the 17th.
Okay.
So
On the 14th, I read Deathly Hallows.
heck yeah.
Yes, I finished Deathly Hallows.
Heck yeah.
I have finished the Harry Potter series, and I have officially watched all the movies also.
This makes me so happy.
So, I liked this one. I do still think that
Dumbledore's alive.
somehow no, on the episode that we talked about the skeleton crew,
Yes.
with
The Nethersphere book club.
Nethersphere book club, I kind of brought up like Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
Because I wish that there was more information about Dumbledore's family. Mm-hmm. And Fantastic Beasts goes into that.
It goes into Dumbledore. I don't know how much it goes into like his family, but it goes into him at a younger age at least.
Yeah. And Johnny Depp is in the movie.
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
And Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, but
Yeah.
I just...
Ooh.
I was like,
Oh.
yeah. So I don't know if I will be reading Fantastic Beasts.
I don't know if it's books.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Are
on
you
Kindle
sure
Unlimited.
are you sure that it's not like a kind of a spoof textbook? Cuz I've got the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them up there, and it's like textbook things.
No, it does look like the textbook.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. That's what I remember it being, because like I said, I've got it up there, which you're
So
more than welcome to check it
confused.
out.
So did J.K. Rowling not write the movies? Fantastic
I mean, she helped
Beasts?
with them. She helped with them, but she didn't do it off of like books that she had written like she did with Harry Potter, you know. Yeah. I mean, they're still good. Don't get me wrong.
I'm just confused.
Right.
It's not what I had in my mind.
Right. So now you're having to like change your mindset. And everything. I get it. I get that.
Anywho, Deathly Hallows. A triangle, a circle, and a line.
But you did like it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Good.
I liked it. I liked it a
Good.
lot. I liked that him and Ginny ended up together.
Doesn't it make so much more
I
sense in the
felt
book than
this-
it does the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Girl, you ain't gonna like my take on this one.
You don't like that?
Snape's memories were so sad.
Oh yeah, they were sad.
They were like, I literally was going down the road like this.
Oh yeah. No, I cried when I heard his memories. Yeah, for sure. But that doesn't justify any of his behavior to the children.
It doesn't justify him killing Dumbledore.
It doesn't justify him killing Dumbledore. It doesn't justify,
Even though Dumbledore technically didn't he ask for it?
he was planning on it, but it backfired with Draco disarming him. because Draco was the one that disarmed him in Half-Blood Prince,
Right.
that kept the Elder Wand from going to Snape when Snape killed him. So it like negated it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still think that Dumbledore would have wanted Snape to kill him instead of Draco, so that Draco wouldn't have to live with
Right.
that. But the whole point was so that the wand would go to
Draco.
Snape.
Yes.
But either way, I will take that. I will let him have that one. He was in the middle of he was in between a rock and a hard place on that one. I get it. It helped his case with, still being a Death Eater and stuff. But I just don't think that it justifies his the way that he bullied Neville, especially Neville, but also all of his students that weren't
What I would have
Slytherins.
liked to see is the whole time they were going after Harry Potter, Voldemort was going after Harry Potter, and Neville ended up being the one.
I know.
That's what I would have liked to see.
The reason he wasn't was because Voldemort went out after James and Lily. Uh-huh. He marked Harry as being the one. It could have been Neville.
Yeah.
If back as babies, he would have gone after the Longbottoms instead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
which is insane.
Yeah.
And that is somebody's I've
Bellatrix
seen people
did go after.
But
that
Voldemort
is something that is left out of the movie. Neville's parents.
Yes. Yes.
Because I was telling
St.
Aaron,
Mungo's and stuff. Yeah.
I was telling Aaron about it. I was like, Aaron, they got hit with the Cruciatus curse, and they're like,
to the point where it completely messed up their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's
he was like, well,
so
they're dead,
sad.
right? And I'm like, no.
Worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've seen people speculate that is why Snape bullies Neville so much. Is it could have been his parents and Lily could have been alive.
But
still doesn't justify.
But and also, there's no way anybody on the face of the earth would have been like, I would rather Lily be alive and in St. Mungo's talking out of her brain than dead.
Snape probably would. Snape probably would.
It was.
Let's be honest here.
They were
and
such good friends.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and then he turned.
And then getting the backstory with not Dursley. Yes, Dudley Dursley. Yes,
his cousin.
Yeah. Getting the backstory with his mom, Patricia.
Yeah,
Petunia.
Yeah.
Is it Petunia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Getting the backstory with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. She just wanted to be as special as her. It was all jealousy. But another thing I want to point out with Snape is that his keep in mind that James's Patronus was a stag. Mm-hmm. Lily's was a doe. Mm-hmm. They were complementary. Mm-hmm. The same way that Harry's is a stag and Ginny's is a horse. They're complementary. Okay. If you remember from the Half-Blood Prince, whenever Tonks casts her Patronus, it ends up being a werewolf, we find out, because she's kind of obsessive over Lupin. Mm-hmm. And that is why Snape's is a doe, is because he's obsessive over Lily. It's not love. Yeah. It's obsession. Yeah. There's a big difference, because if he really loved her, he would not have disrespected her the way that he did. If he really loved her, he would have never gone to the dark side and chose to protect her instead. He never would have worried about his image so much to where he didn't protect her above everything else. That's not love. That's obsession. And so I hate the whole, oh, I'm still in love with her. No, he was obsessed with her. There's a big difference. Big difference. So that's why I still don't forgive Snape. Yes, it was sad. Yes, I cried. But it was obsession. Yeah. It worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah. And that's it. I've read all of them.
How about that? Now we got to get Casey done, and then we'll have a episode where we do the ultimate Harry Potter quiz. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
The ultimate Harry Potter quiz.
Yes.
We will have that coming up now that we've all read the books, watched the movies. We once Casey gets there.
Right.
We'll get Casey there. So be looking for that. So you might as well subscribe. Just saying. Subscribe.
Oh, I've got another one on the 14th.
What else you got?
I've got The Butcher.
The Butcher.
By Jennifer Hillier. I read this. Okay, I don't know when I started, so I finished on the 14th.
Okay.
All right, I will read the description. This is the one that I was like, oh my God, this is a very long one. It's 2 pages.
Nice.
Okay, so in 1985, Edward Shank famously gunned down the Beacon Hill Butcher, ending the serial killer's reign of terror over the city of Seattle. But now in his 80s, Edward's action-packed glory days are long behind him. The decorated former Seattle police chief has given up his high-maintenance Victorian home to his grandson Matt for a quiet life at the nearby Sweet Bay Village retirement residence, where mac and cheese Wednesdays have become the highlight of his week. Though it's hard to watch his grandfather get older, Matt is thrilled to inherit the large house he grew up in. Already an accomplished chef with a popular restaurant and a TV show in the works, Matt's dream life is finally within reach, until he discovers a crate buried in the backyard that holds a secret about his grandfather so terrible it threatens to ruin all their lives if it ever gets out, especially his girlfriend Sam's, whose mother was killed when she was only 2 years old. As Matt struggles with his dark family secret, Sam's obsession with solving her mother's murder continues to grow. A true crime writer now working on a book about the butcher, Sam has always suspected her mother was one of his victims, even though she was killed 2 years after the butcher was supposedly gunned down. But when new victims begin to turn up, their murders eerily similar to the butcher's all those years ago, Sam realizes she might be right. The more she digs into the old murders, the more dangerous it gets, and the truth is closer to home than she could have ever have imagined. So,
wow.
This is a good book. I gave it a 3-star, but it is a good book.
Okay.
I got recommended this through Pinterest, multiple posts talking about it.
Okay.
And it was like, the plot twist in this is crazy. You'll never see it coming. This is insane.
They don't know you.
No, this book is so straightforward.
I gotcha.
There's one plot twist, and it's so see-throughable.
I gotcha.
This book is so good, but because I was expecting...
Right.
So I'm sitting there like, okay, what is it? You know, like,
what could it possibly be?
Matt is actually picturing, like, he's actually, like, imagining his grandfather. It's not really his grandfather. It's like blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then whenever it hits, you're like, that's it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that disappointment that you can't help but feel for the book. So that is not the author's fault.
Right.
It is the people who are promoting it. But unfortunately.
But also, it might have to do with how many books. Maybe this is one of a handful that they read a year.
Right.
And that are like this. And it might be like surprising for them. But for somebody who reads quite a bit. No, it's just straightforward.
I don't think so.
I gotcha.
I don't think so. I mean, granted, I don't have that mindset right now.
And I don't, and before I say that, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but it also might have to do with reading level. Like, you know, just interpretation level.
You saying I have a little...
No, I'm saying you have a high reading level. And that's
kidding.
why, you know, the interpretation and stuff. And I'm not saying that there's anything, like, you know, reading is reading, no matter what your level is, and as long as you're enjoying it, that's what matters. But it's so hard taking recommendations if you don't know the person recommending it, because there's a lot of things to keep in mind with backstory, their reading history, what they're typically into, stuff like that.
Sorry, I was trying to find a post.
No, you're good.
But it is on Kindle Unlimited.
Okay.
So
yeah. So I mean, worth giving a shot.
It is a good story, and I really hope that somebody does read it with the knowledge that you're probably not going to get blown away.
Right. Like, be for real right now.
Yeah. because I think that you would actually enjoy this, and it
Right.
would be a very, very good. But because of that disappointment, where I'm like, I was expecting a plot twist, and
Right.
this
I get it.
is not. So just keep that in mind, I guess. And you said that you have till the 17th.
Yes.
I have the 15th.
Awesome.
I read Julie Chan is Dead.
You really have been just
I knocked him out.
line them up.
I took a break, and then it was like, pow, 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 pow.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is a problematic one that we'll probably have to go deep in. Not problematic as in, like, cut it out, but problematic as in, like, we're going to have a convo, I think.
Nice. So let's talk about it, dude.
Alrighty. Before we get into this, I want to talk about, because I read this before we started the podcast, Yellowface by R.F. Kuang.
Yes, I remember there was a guy that came up to our booth at the Knoxville Book Festival who had just read that.
Yes. And I want to read, if that's okay with you, the description for Yellowface.
Yes.
Okay. Authors Juniper Hayward and Athena Liu were supposed to be twin rising stars, but Athena is a literary darling while June is a nobody. Who wants stories about basic white girls? June thinks. So when June witnesses Athena's death in a freak accident, she acts on impulse, stealing Athena's just-finished masterpiece, an experimental novel about the unsung contributions of Chinese laborers during World War I. So what if June edits Athena's novel and sends it to her agent as her own work? So what if she lets her new publisher rebrand her as Juniper Song, complete with an ambiguously ethnic author photo? This piece of history deserves to be told, whoever the teller. That is what June believes, and the New York Times bestseller list agrees. But June cannot escape Athena's shadow, and emerging evidence threatens her stolen success. As she races to protect her secret, she discovers exactly how far she will go to keep what she thinks she deserves.
Okay, before we go on, I want you to know that as you were reading that, I remembered you telling us about it.
Yes.
Through Snapchat.
Yes.
Back last year as well. I remember the road I was on when you were talking about. Yeah, it was in Kentucky.
Okay.
And I remember like having my phone just, in my on my little holder, listening to you through the phone, because it was at that time of the month where we would send each other the videos.
Yes.
And you were talking about this book. I remember it like it was yesterday. This is crazy.
It was good. It was very good.
I remember you saying it was good.
I did rate it 3 stars, but it is something that I continuously think about because it is a story that needs to be told. I did listen to this on audiobook through Spotify before I got like Libby or anything.
Right.
And I do remember I was walking at the ball field with Isla, and I had the phone in my, in the stroller.
Right.
And there was a Little League softball game going on while Aaron was playing softball up at the top fields.
Right.
And I walk up, walk down. And this is before I found my AirPods.
Oh.
So I'm listening to it out loud, and like she is talking. Yes, I said this in the Knoxville Book Festival, where I was like, I hope people aren't thinking that I'm listening to a podcast right now.
Right.
Because she's saying things like, okay, well, yeah. Like, I wish I could remember exactly. I wonder if there's quotes on Goodreads, maybe.
It's like, yeah, I'm white, but why should that stop me from telling this story or whatever? Yeah. Who cares if I'm not
and
the
then
race?
Like somebody who'd be like an Asian author would be like, it's so hard for me to be able, like, I had one good book but nobody will give me a chance and all this other stuff, and she's like, well, I had a chance, and you're like, well, yeah, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was just like sitting there like, please don't let anybody think that I'm like listening to this. Like, I was terrified somebody's going to be like, what podcast are you listening to? Because I totally agree. And I'd be like,
instead of getting lynched, you're getting praised.
Yeah.
And
that's
you're like
the biggest fear.
You're like, this is way worse. Law.
So, so that is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. It's very good. Now, I want to read the description for Julie Chan is Dead.
Okay.
Okay. Julie Chan has nothing. Her twin sister has everything except a pulse. Julie Chan, a supermarket cashier barely scraping by, finds herself thrust into the glamorous yet perilous world of her late twin sister, Chloe Van Heusen, a popular influencer. Separated at a young age, the identical twins were polar opposites and rarely spoke, except for one viral video that Chloe initiated, finding my long-lost twin and buying her a house. #emotional. When Julie discovers Chloe's body, she doesn't call the police. Instead, she slips into her dead sister's meticulously curated life. Luxury fashion, high-end skincare, and a devoted online following who never noticed they weren't quite the same. At first, the transformation is seamless. Julie relishes the perks of influencer fame, but quickly learns that behind Chloe's flawless feed lay secrets far darker than she imagined. Her sister's final days were shadowed by paranoia, manipulation, and something far more sinister. Now, trapped on a private island retreat with Chloe's inner circle, an elite clique of influencers obsessed with status and secrecy, Julie is forced to keep up the act while being haunted by her sister's untimely death. As events spiral out of control, Julie uncovers the sinister forces that may have led to her sister's demise and realizes she might be the next target. It sounds awfully similar, right? Now, do you remember around the same time us reading The Writing Retreat?
Yes.
Where they go to,
yes,
and there's someone that's over the writing retreat.
Stealing their ideas.
Right. But it's not like stealing ideas, but they have like a head person that... and like weird stuff is going on.
Yes.
Let me read my Fable review because I think that really sums it up.
Okay.
I said, oof, this is tough because it is a good book, but it is just too reminiscent of Yellowface and The Writing Retreat. I know with the amount of thrillers I've read, I'm bound to run into similar plots, but this felt too close. Good story though.
Okay.
It literally felt like I was just reading a combination of the two.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It felt like the start of Yellowface and the end of The Writing Retreat. And it's just weird that this is a newer book.
Yes.
While we read those two around the same time.
Yes, we did. Well, I didn't read Yellowface, but...
Right.
I read.
You remember me talking about it.
Yeah. I remember you talking about it, and I do remember reading the writing retreat.
Yes.
Summer of last year.
Yes. It's just odd.
It is odd.
It's very odd for it to come out like a year later.
Have you looked it up? Like, do other people agree?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
Okay, because that was the thing with the Red Queen and Powerless was there was a lot of people talking about it, and it had just come out like a couple years ago. So, I guess it's possible. Has anybody read those 3 books? And can you? What are your feelings about whether this is plagiarism or not?
Yes, I would love for somebody to read Yellowface, Writing Retreat, and then Julie Chan is Dead in that order to tell me if they agree. Let's message the guy from the Knoxville Book Festival. I wonder if he's read, and then just have
Jason. I'm pretty sure his name was.
I thought it was.
It started with a J.
I remember.
Shout out that guy.
Yeah, we'll tag you.
He was awesome. He was so sweet. Poor Casey. She felt so flustered, but he was so nice.
You got the nicest guy.
Right. Like, all right. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. So, what is it on?
I listened to it on Libby.
Okay.
It was a short wait. I wonder if I can look and see
How long the wait is?
No, when it came out.
Oh, yeah. You should be able to find that.
Oh, that would be so good. Released 2025.
Okay, so it is a newer book.
Right.
The Writing Retreat is behind you if you can reach it. It's there on the far right.
It says copyright 2023.
Okay, so that would be when it was published.
Yeah.
So 2023 on that one.
And then I don't know if I can find
Yellowface. Should be able to.
2023. I know.
So that
I know.
because you hesitate to say that is plagiarism,
Yes.
but also what a coincidence.
Because Julie Chan is Asian.
So that ties in the yellow face.
Someone dies.
Which ties in the writing
She
retreat.
takes over.
And
She takes
yellow
over.
face.
Yeah. She
Takes
takes over
the life.
that life of.
Yellow face.
Yeah. And then the writing retreat is the
ending.
clique that she's in.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Somebody needs to read these and let us know. Because now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. How? We might have to investigate a little bit. Do a little bit of investigation.
Maybe expanding your TBR
Yeah,
just to get you to look.
Yeah.
What if this is what gets us viral?
Dude, something's got to, okay? All right, so on the 17th, from the 16th to the 17th, I read...
16th to the 17th! Yeah!
Nice! What the heck?
What if it's the same one? Go ahead.
Oh, it's not.
Okay.
Mine is Don't Blame Me for What You Made Me Do by Willow Bowery.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Which was the second released poetry book by Willow Bowery, which we will be part of the Taylor Swift episode that we are doing. This one was structured differently, where it went between diary entries to poetry.
Okay.
Like, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
It did get to a point where it was saying that it was like high school, and I was like, oh, that took me out a little bit. Because this is a little much for high school. Like, make it like a job or something, you know? It just kind of like turned it into a, oh, baby. You know, I'm just going to squish your little cheeks. Oh, she's mad. Oh, you'll get over it. You know, like it was one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm falling for the trap of adulthood. Here I am. It's hard to sympathize with those teenage hormones anymore. And just another one of those things. I gave it we'll go more in depth with the episode. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5. It's a 4.4 overall. There are only 6 reviews.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting considering the links between Willow Bowery and Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's on Kindle Unlimited. It is only $6.47 regularly on Kindle. $16.47 to do paperback. So big jump. So the 16th and 17th.
Yes.
Twinsies.
So I read I Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. And it looks like Jacqueline, but the way that the narrator pronounced it, Jacqueline.
Okay.
So this was originally Swedish.
Oh.
And it was translated. Anywho.
Nice.
Yeah. So I will read this now. So deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above ground. And then it goes into Jacqueline Hartman's background.
I'm not going to lie. Just off of this description, all I'm imagining is the Maze Runner.
Okay, so
just a girl version.
Maybe.
And underground.
It's underground, yeah, and it's in like a cage. I pictured You. Did you ever watch the Netflix series You? By with Penn Badgley?
That's no surprise though. I don't watch hardly anything.
Yeah, I pictured You. But who knows?
I was like, me?
just been too deep for me. Because I thought, as a woman myself, I'd be like, yes, this is so empowering. I love it. This is like what I needed to feel like a woman.
Right. No. Kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's kind of one of those where it's like, why is this a classic? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel bad because it may just be too deep for me.
I gotcha.
Because other people are like, this is the best book ever. I felt so many emotions. And I was like, I was kind of like rushing through it. And not because I have a high count to get to. I just wanted it to be over.
Right.
So yeah, coming from a feminist, I don't get it.
I gotcha.
I don't see the hype. I may be wrong. Somebody might want to explain it to me. Send me note cards. I don't know. I don't think it's worth
note cards. Send me your high school essay on this.
Yeah. Send me your book that you have annotated like Casey has this. Accomplice to the villain. So yeah.
Law. Okay. Well, dang.
Yeah.
I hate that for you. Yeah. I know that sucks, especially
it's
when
just
you're
so crazy to me because literally I've seen multiple, because I had this on hold. Mm-hmm. It came up as available. I didn't get to it and I was like, well, it's okay. Literally a week later, I saw a TikTok that it was those like, tell me whether to read my TBR or not, and you scroll through, and I have never known men. There were 3 comments, all in capital letters, that was like, I have never known men is so good. And I was like, okay, you sold me. I'll put it back on hold.
Right. And
I was like, really?
Dang. I hate that for you.
I know.
I hate that.
The internet has misled me a lot this month.
The internet will mislead a lot of people.
My French model.
Truly, madly, deeply. It's been about a year since that experience.
The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. First time caller.
What was that other one? There was another one that wasn't that
Magnolia Parks.
Yep. Normal people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a TV show about normal people that has that Daisy girl that was in the Twisters. The new Twisters movie with Glenn Powell.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, Glenn Powell's not in Normal People.
So it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, from the 12th to the 18th,
Okay.
I listened to Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to talk about this one. I have been looking forward to talking about this one specifically since I finished it because holy cow. So Reagan recommended this series to me last year. She reached out to me on Instagram and she was like, hey, I'm loving the podcast. You guys are doing great. I would love to for you to read this series that I am enjoying. And I am just now getting to it, and I have never regretted waiting on something so much. Like, this was, holy cow. I loved it. So let me read the synopsis here. All right. Daughter of No Worlds. A former slave fighting for justice, a reclusive warrior who no longer believes it exists, and a dark magic that will entangle their fates. Ripped from a forgotten homeland as a child, Tisana learned how to survive with nothing but a sharp wit and a touch of magic. But the night she tries to buy her freedom, she barely escapes with her life. Desperate to save the best friend she left behind, Tisana journeys to the Orders, the most powerful organization of magic wielders in the world. But to join their ranks, she must complete an apprenticeship with Maxentarius Farleon, a handsome and reclusive fire wielder who despises the Orders. The Order's intentions are cryptic, and Tisana must prove herself under the threat of looming war. But even more dangerous are her growing feelings for Maxentarius. The bloody past he wants to forget may be the key to her future, or the downfall of them both. But Tisana will stop at nothing to save those she abandoned, even if it means gambling in the Order's deadly games. even if it means sacrificing her heart, even if it means wielding death itself. Fans of epic romance fantasies like Sarah J. Maas and Raven Kennedy will devour this tale of dark magic, passionate romance, vengeance, and redemption. And yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Wow. It has been a hot minute since I feel like I've read any new fantasy. Something that is separate from all the other fantasy and everything, because I mean, you get into a rhythm of things become popular, and so that's in a lot of books, right? And for good reason. I mean, Sarah J. Maas, fantastic. I will continue to reread her books and devour them. Raven Kennedy, another great example of
Who did Raven Kennedy?
Guild, the Plated Prisoner series.
Okay.
Another good example of a unique magic system. That is what I didn't realize I've been missing, is a unique magic system.
Girl,
and this is
killing me not getting One Dark Window.
I know. No, that is on my list for this month with spooky season.
Yes. Oh, it's good.
Yes. So, because I'm very eager for new magic systems, and this one had it. I didn't know I was eager for it until I read this, you know, and then it's
it almost feels like once
piece.
you hit the new magic system, it's like all the other magic systems are
kind of failing.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, they're kind of failing.
Let's all
me
point
right
and
now.
laugh.
Not saying I don't love Fourth Wing. Not saying I don't love
ACOTAR.
Throne of Glass.
But we have, this is how I feel about The Night and the Moth. Is I hit The Night and the Moth, and One Dark Window is fantastic also. But I hit The Night and the Moth, and it was almost like the other books pissed me off.
For not being that good.
Because I was like, you mean to tell me you can't come up with something original? It has to be a woman who is human coming, and a guy who's 500 years old coming after her. Oh, and by the way, did I mention he's a prince?
Right. No, I get it. It's like those books are still good, but at a certain point, you want that slap in the face with a new magic system.
Yes, that is how I feel. Rachel Gillig, I will preach till the end of time. Rachel Gillig is the girl to do that. So I have not read this, but
Carissa Broadbent.
I feel like you're gonna read Rachel Gillig, and you're gonna be like,
"You're right." Oh, I know, I will. I know, I will.
Yeah, I'm so
but
excited.
I'm going to enjoy this series for a little bit longer.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I want you to go ahead and do it right now.
Stop the podcast right now. Let's wrap her up.
It's still September, anyways.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We can wait a couple more days. See y'all later. Bye.
Law. Okay, bye. I'm just kidding.
we are on TikTok,
Instagram, Facebook. All right. So so sorry, Reagan, for taking this long to read it. Everything was so original, and that's saying so much for how much fantasy I've read. Like, for how much I've consumed, for this to be original is astounding. Loved it. I did not realize how badly I needed a scene where the male main character and the female main character decide to have this quiet moment where they're dancing together and it be awkward. I did not know how much I needed that, and I got it. And I was like, of course it would be awkward. They've never danced together before. Like, of course it would. Me and my husband's first dance was awkward because we don't dance, you know? Like, at our wedding, it was awkward. And it's
he don't dance.
He don't dance. He don't dance.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I didn't realize. I walked into work and I was telling everybody about that scene because I was like, do you know how many times they dance and it's like this magical moment and everything is just perfect, which I love. Don't get me wrong. Sound of Music, fabulous. Assistant to the Villain, amazing. I gobble it up every time. But man, was it nice to get something new and it be this. Oh, so great. And then, even though they're bad at it, he ends it by saying, I think I could be made for this. Oh my God, Max. Ugh, stop. Oh, God. This book had raw love in a way that I haven't read in a hot minute. Like, raw love. Like, to the point where it's just like, nothing's even happening and you just feel the love through the pages. Yeah, it's one of those, and oh my God, I love it. And not bashing any other books that I've read where, like, it's not like this, but it's just so far above everything else. I don't know how else to describe it. Read it. It's so good.
This is how I feel about The Knot and the Moth, and I've been fighting for 2 months.
I know. Just think, Reagan's been fighting for like 10 months.
Yeah. Sorry, Reagan.
So I gave it a 4.25. It's a 4.0 overall. It is on Kindle Unlimited.
Oh.
And if you don't have Kindle, it's only $3.99. So go read it. It's so good. I'm going to be starting the other one, the second one here soon.
How many is it in this
I think
series?
3.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. I like that amount in a series.
Right.
I like a good 3, 4, 5. Once it gets above 5, I'm like, oh,
It's getting a little tough.
yeah.
All right.
What else? What else is there to talk about?
Right. Right. And unless you make it
us
real.
being on a podcast for a full year.
There's more to talk about, we swear. But that was and unless with longer series, unless you do find a way to make it as entertaining, you get to the point where it's like, okay, it's the same characters, it's kind of the same formula the entire but I mean, think of Harry Potter. Like, it kept being something new. It kept being interesting, you know, to where 7 books was nothing.
I really, really liked Harry Potter, the way that it was all one story.
Right. Like, you can find things from book 7 that tie all the way back to book 1.
Yes, because in other series, it seems like each one is a different war. Like Akatar.
Yep.
Yeah. It seems like each one is a different battle.
Right.
Versus Harry Potter was all one big thing.
Yeah.
And each thing was just this is what I have to do to
It's a
get
blip.
to the next step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I
the
get
Chamber of the Secrets. The Chamber of the Secrets was brought up. Ron went to the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
Yes. So, anyways.
Amazing. Well, this one's going to be quick because I read the third one that was published by Willow Bowery.
Okay.
Clownerie. It's on Kindle Unlimited as well. I'm not going to get into it.
Save it for the Taylor Swift.
because I'm saving it for the episode.
Now, I do want to know,
Yes.
out of the 3, which one is your favorite?
Okay. So that one's tough.
Okay.
That one's tough. And I'm going to evade the question until the Taylor Swift episode because it goes into specific. I have to take bits and pieces from each to explain or try to figure out my answer. And so we're going to save it. We're going to save it. Even that question.
It.
So
I love that you don't do anything that I ask.
You love that I just put up a fight constantly and that I'm argumentative and not listening at all.
I love how I don't have a say in anything in this podcast.
I love that this is the Hannah show. I love it.
I hate that.
All right. So what did you have on the 19th?
I had
I'm so sorry. Clownerie is I gave it I originally gave it a 3.75. I brought it down to a 3 after composing my notes, which we will get into. It's a 3.4 overall. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It is $5.99 regular. So that's the cheapest one.
Okay.
Out of them. Go ahead.
I had Close Your Eyes and Count to 10 by Lisa Unger. Unger.
Unger sounds
I think
right.
it would be Unger because UNDER is under.
Yes.
So
that makes sense to me.
Let's see. Charismatic daredevil and extreme adventurer Maverick Dillon invites you to the ultimate game of hide and seek. But as the players gather on Falco Island, the event quickly spirals into a chilling test of survival. A storm rages as a deadly threat stalks the contestants, turning the challenge into something far more sinister than the social media stunt it was intended to be. Enter Adele, a single mother with a fierce determination to protect her children at all costs. When she begins the game, she unwittingly enters a twisted web of deception and intrigue. Can she maneuver through the treacherous storm and the relentless competition and get home to her family? In a ruthless battle for survival, where the stakes are higher than ever, the blurry line between the virtual and real proves that the only person we can trust is ourselves.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Well,
oh, dang it.
I gave it a 3-star.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's just because I have read a lot of thriller things, but it was just kind of like I could have. It's like take it or leave it.
I gotcha.
It was nothing astounding to me. I will say, not to plug other podcasts, but I do like to listen to the AITA or Am I the butthole? Yeah. Am I the a-hole? I know that the judges call it Am I the apple?
Ah, nice. Nice.
But yeah, they're on these stories, you read them, and then you have an option of not the a-hole, you're the a-hole, or there's a secret third option where it's everybody sucks here.
This entire situation is trash.
This is the epitome of everybody sucks here. Like, I don't feel for any characters. I don't care. I don't like any of you.
That makes it tough to read a book.
Yes.
Because you don't feel that connection.
Right.
You're not rooting for anybody.
No.
It's just listening to a story.
Yeah. And that's how it felt. And whenever it kind of like blends into all the other thrillers, there's nothing that really pops out with it. It just becomes like, it almost felt like a waste of time. Like
no, I get it. How long of a book was it?
Not long.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Let me look.
That helps.
Yeah, that makes it better. But
yeah. I mean, it's still not great. It's still not the ideal situation.
Yeah.
But
oh well. Next. Was it me
you
again?
had another one on the 19th,
yes,
right?
Okay. Yes. From I don't know when to the 19th, I read Good Half Gone by Taryn Fisher. Taryn Fisher is the one who wrote The Wives.
Yes. You were reading this during the last.
Yes. Yes. So I will read you the synopsis. It says, Iris narrowly escaped her twin sister's fate as a teen, abducted in broad daylight and long gone before she could convince the cops there was anything to investigate. With Piper presumed a runaway and no evidence to go on but Iris's scattered memories, the case quickly goes cold. Ever since that terrible day, Iris's search for Piper has bordered on obsession. Chasing leads across years and following clues that all seem to point to a single name, Iris does everything she can to get close to the only person who might know the answer to the question that still haunts her. Where did Piper go? And if the police still won't help, she'll just have to find the answer herself. Using her criminal psychology degree to intern at the isolated psychiatric hospital on Shoal Island, where secrets lurk in the shadows and are kept under lock and key. But Iris soon realizes that something even more sinister is simmering beneath the surface of the shoal, and that the patients aren't the only ones being observed.
Ooh.
It was good. It was very good for the first 75%.
Dang.
And it was still pretty slow. Like it was tough for me to pick up my Kindle with.
That's unfortunate.
And I hate that because The Wives was so good. I'm still going to give Taryn Fisher another shot.
Right.
I think if you have a book as good as The Wives and then you go into another book that's like maybe a little not as good, it could just be the reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be the reader where you're expecting, it could be like The Butcher. You're expecting something along those lines.
Yes.
And it's just not. So
Okay.
I'm still going to give Taryn Fisher another shot.
Right.
I'll give her one more shot. But read The Wives by Taryn Fisher. So good.
It's definitely on my list, especially now that you and Casey have talked so highly of it. Like, I have to read it.
Yeah.
I have to.
And it's on Kindle Unlimited. So
Even better.
Good Half Gone was also on Kindle Unlimited. So.
Even better.
So yeah.
So I mean, at least you didn't waste your money.
Yeah.
You know,
It was so slow for the first 75%.
Dang.
And then it was like the last 25%. Not even the last 25%, like the last 10%. It was like the book could have went on for like another probably 10 chapters. But it felt like everything was boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I hate it.
Gotcha. Yeah, when you're going at
it felt like she
pace,
had a deadline to hit, and she was like, "Yeah,
just wrap it up."
Yeah, she was like,
especially
"Let's
for
just get
the
this
rest
over
of the book to be going about like that, and then all of a sudden,
yes,
like
yes,
that. I mean, that'll give you whiplash, you know.
right." I finished on my next book on the 22nd.
Me too.
Ooh, keep going.
Yes. Okay, so on the 22nd, I read from the 19th to the 22nd. I listened to Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is a very short book.
I saw this on TikTok. This is a story about a Holocaust survivor, correct?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's not like your typical Holocaust survivor.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull the synopsis up real fast, because it's not what you would expect. What this man is a psychologist. And so he goes into not too much the science behind it, but the human reactions in their mind to extreme circumstances. Because I mean, think about how extreme the Holocaust was of a circumstance for those Jews. Like
Everybody.
Me and Matthew just watched a documentary on the Holocaust and the Nuremberg trials and everything, and everybody had to like drink and be on drugs to be able to even commit those acts to another human being, and which I mean is automatically your red flag of, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this. But like nobody could handle that kind of pressure, but they were able to blame it all on Hitler and just say that they were following orders. They were able to take it off of their own conscience by saying they were just following orders. Yeah, it's bad. All right, so here is the synopsis for Man's Search for Meaning. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl's memoir has riveted generations of readers with its descriptions of life in Nazi death camps and its lessons for spiritual survival. Based on his own experiences and the stories of his patients, Frankl argues that we cannot avoid suffering, but we can choose how to cope with it, find meaning in it, and move forward with renewed purpose. At the heart of his theory, known as logotherapy, is a conviction that the primary human drive is not pleasure, but the pursuit of what we find meaningful. Man's Search for Meaning has become one of the most influential books in America. It continues to inspire us all to find significance in the act of living. And that is actually something that he talked about in the foreword. Because he said, you know, he gets asked all the time, you know, how do you feel having such a profound book that so many people have enjoyed? And he said, it's honestly a little bit sad, because the reason that they're picking up the book is because of the title, which means that they're looking for meaning themselves, which means they're stuck where they're at, you know, mentally and spiritually and, you know, emotionally. Mm-hmm. They're stuck where they're at. They're trying to find meaning to be able to go on. Mm-hmm. And I think this book is fantastic at that. I think a Holocaust survivor is a fantastic spokesperson for being able to persevere and push forward through all of the bad stuff that goes on. Because not only was he, you know, in the camps himself, he was also recruited because of his knowledge and everything. He was recruited as a doctor for some of these people. And even at the time when he was sick himself, he was taking care of other sick people. He was seeing the worst of humanity and finding a way through it. I got recommended this book by an old friend from college years named Royce. I remember we had a discussion one day, and I was like, what I might have been in like a reading slump or something, and I said, what's your favorite book? What would you recommend? And he said Man's Search for Meaning. He said it completely changed my outlook. And so I read it for the first time back then, and I wanted to reread it again. And like because I still think back on it. Even before I read it this go around, I was still thinking back on it like years down the road, about how good it was and how influential it was. It was free on Audible back then, but it's gotten to where it's not free on Audible anymore. So I had to go through Libby, and the wait is crazy. Just to let you know, I got this on a Friday. I got my loan on a Friday. I was done on Monday of this week. There were already 29 people waiting in line. 4 days I had that book, and there were already 29 people waiting in line. I think this book is very important for everyone. Even if you're not struggling on where to go, I think it's still important so that you can think back on it when you are struggling. You know, because we all go through things.
Right.
Things happen in our lives. And yeah, they might not. And he even says in the book, he said the Holocaust was an extreme circumstance. Not everybody is going to go through an experience like that, right? Like,
We hope.
Yeah. The plan is for nobody to have to go through that again. Like, and this is why history is important, so that it doesn't repeat itself. Learn your history, folks.
Please.
And so it's one of those, like, he said it doesn't negate the fact that you're going through something. The trick is to just find the path through it, whatever it is. Yeah, it might not be as bad as what some people would classify. It might not be bad to everybody. Like, everybody's got their own coping mechanisms, but as long as you can find that piece of what you are staying alive for, what you are pushing toward, you can get through anything. You can, because it's crazy what your mind does to get you through it, as long as you have that end goal.
Yeah.
Like he referenced his wife so much. Like he talked about one of the biggest things that got him through was seeing his wife again, potentially seeing his wife again. He said, you know,
Let that love, Aaron.
Oh my God. The way he was talking about his wife, I was like, this is marriage. This is love. This is what it's supposed to be about. I like, hey,
Aaron would be
choose
like,
to think that they will, okay? Or that they would.
Aaron would be like, you mean to tell me I get a break from her?
No. He was talking about like how they were best friends, and like during certain tasks and stuff that he was having to do, like all of the work that he was having to do when he was like on very little sleep, on very little food, and he could almost picture her next to him and like having a conversation with her. There was one point where he thought he was going to die, and he told the person that was next to him, make sure when you get out of this that you find my wife and you tell her that I thought of her every single day of my existence. And I was like, oh my God, like, this man, you know,
One could hope.
The love, I swear. And it's a very quick read. It's a very, very fast paced, and it doesn't go into a whole bunch of science, so it's not hard to grasp. It's just unbelievably motivating. I will recommend this book for anyone. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's a 4.3 overall. It is on Libby. It is only $9.78 on Audible, which is technically cheaper than a credit. So don't spend a credit. Go ahead and pay the money for it, because it's a better deal. It's also $9.99 on Kindle, $8.81 on paperback. So my next one was the 25th. Okay. Oh, and this one's my last one of the month. Are we synced up with our books?
I think so. What the heck is going on?
Forget periods.
I have
Let's
the
sync up
22nd
reading.
and then I have the 25th.
Bruh. This is crazy.
Sounds good.
Okay. So what was your 22nd?
We All Live Here by Jojo Moyes.
Not the we used to live here.
No.
We all live here.
No, we all live here.
Okay.
This was written by the same author who brought us Me Before You.
Oh, shoot, dude.
Yes, but this book, it is my only 5-star of the month. I cannot stop thinking about this book. This book, like I have said before, I don't really react to reading.
Yes.
This book had me on the verge of happy tears.
You're kidding.
Oh my God. This is the epitome of a feel-good book.
Oh, I love that.
This is the tip top of a feel-good book.
And not in the, like...
It gives me feelings of Daddy's Home 2.
Oh,
And I don't know if it's because one of the characters in here, like, all I can picture is Mark Wahlberg's dad, who's played by Mel Gibson. Oh, and then the other dad is like John Lithgow.
Even better.
Yes, I love it.
Oh,
I love this book so much.
Read the description.
I want to sing it out from the top of the hilltops. I want to be like Julie. What's her name on The Sound of Music?
Oh, Julie Andrews.
Yes. I want to be like Julie Andrews, running around and twirling and talking about this book. That's what I want. I'm trying to get my mom to read it. Anyways, so Lila Kennedy has a lot on her plate. A broken marriage, 2 wayward daughters, a house that is falling apart, and an elderly stepfather who seems to have quietly moved in. Her career is in a freefall, and her love life is complicated. So when her real dad, a man she has barely seen since he ran off to Hollywood 35 years ago, suddenly appears on her doorstep, it feels like the final straw. But it turns out even the family you thought you could never forgive might have something to teach you about love and what it actually means to be family.
Stop.
Yes!
Stop.
Yes!
Daddy's Home 2.
Yes! There is a scene, and I hate to spoil this for you all. I hate it. There's a scene where Lila gets a call from her daughter, and obviously the 2 dads don't get along.
Of course.
At first.
Of course.
And they, like, get into, like, tussles with each other. And it is just so good. It is just so good. And her mom, like... her mom was like just this wholesome person, and she just comes to like her mom's passed away, and she always remembers like my mom would go and do this with me. This is how my mom parented me, and it really worked, and like all this other stuff. Oh my god, this book is so good. Now, the ex-husband, I did not have happy tears with him. I wanted to give him like a Stone Cold Steve Austin something. I do not like him. I do not like his new wife. I could care less. And they tried to make you feel bad for her at the end. Could never be me.
Too
will
late.
Never be me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Once I find out you left your, yeah, no. Bye-bye. I'm not going to feel bad for you.
Yeah,
it's karma.
no. Yeah,
So-
yeah. There's certain things that...
Right. So, but
Nice.
that woman was a bigger person than me, and that's fine.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Love.
Then I read in one day,
Dang.
Welcome to Dead House by R.L. Stein. It is the first book in the Goosebumps series.
Really?
Yes. It says, enter at your own risk. The first ever Goosebumps, now with creepy bonus features. 11-year-old Josh and 12-year-old Amanda just moved into the oldest and weirdest house on the block. The 2 siblings think it might even be haunted, but of course their parents don't believe them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out and make some new friends. But the creepy kids are not like anyone Josh and Amanda have ever met before. And when they take a shortcut through the cemetery one night, Josh and Amanda learn why. This book is 2 hours and 40 minutes long on regular speed. Therefore,
oh my gosh.
I could listen to it on 2 times speed, and I had this done in an hour and 20 minutes.
Dang.
Yes.
That's like a couple of my Christmas
quicker.
recs last year. Nice.
You could actually read it quicker.
But
Sorry.
no, you're good.
But it is it's a kid's book. Not gonna lie, pretty scary for a kid's book.
Really?
Not gonna lie to you.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, I didn't get scared by it,
Yeah.
but like if I was a kid, I would be.
Huh.
So
That's
I gave
good
it
to
a
know.
3-star. R.L. Stein. I've got another one of your books waiting for me, so we're gonna get this number count up.
Heck yeah.
So-
That's a good way to.
Yes.
Sounds like.
Yeah, and especially with spooky season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now's the time.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. So you go, and then I'll got my last one.
Okay. So my last one of the month, I finished on the 25th as well. I read from the 21st to the 25th. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and it's called The Hating Game by Sally Thorne.
I think I've seen this one.
I've had it on my Kindle Unlimited shelf for ages, and I'm trying to clean that out a little bit, so I'm going through it. Here's the synopsis. Nemesis, noun, an opponent or rival whom a person cannot best or overcome. 2, a person's undoing. 3, Joshua Templeman. 3, Joshua Templeman. Lucy Hutton and Joshua Templeman hate each other. Not dislike, not begrudgingly tolerate, hate. And they have no problem displaying their feelings through a series of ritualistic, passive-aggressive maneuvers as they sit across from each other, executive assistants to co-CEOs of a publishing company. Lucy can't understand Joshua's joyless, uptight, meticulous approach to his job. Joshua is clearly baffled by Lucy's overly bright colors, quirkiness, and Pollyanna attitude. Now up for the same promotion, their battle of wills has come to a head, and Lucy refuses to back down when their latest game could cost her her dream job. But the tension between Lucy and Joshua has also reached its boiling point, and Lucy is discovering that maybe she doesn't hate Joshua, and maybe he doesn't hate her either. Or maybe this is just another game.
So it's cheesy.
Yes. It has been a hot minute since I've read one like this. I got to going back on my reads. Probably the initial one that I put down was The Inn on Harmony Island. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? That was more of a terrible soap opera than a rom-com, like just a feel-good, cheesy rom-com. So I went back even further, and probably the closest one to it was Big Fan, which I read back in April. So it's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
you know?
since we've had cheesy.
Yes. So I have never been so torn on whether I like or hate a book.
Okay.
Like, I genuinely don't know how I feel about this book. This is the most three book I have ever read. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is just on right there in the middle. It's so weird. One sentence I'd be like, wow, this is so clever. How cute. Wow. And then one paragraph later, I'd be like, what the actual heck is this trash? This is so bad. Part of me thinks that the author might have a little bit of ADHD because there were certain paragraphs where, one, it would jump to that paragraph with no preamble, like all of a sudden be on this new topic, which that's great that it's in a new paragraph. Thank you for that. But then it would switch to something else entirely within the paragraph. And I'd be like, hold up. What? How did we get here? Start over. Start a new paragraph, please. That's all I'm asking. So I can actually have some semblance of keeping up, right? So I didn't like that part of it. But I will say my favorite part of this book was that ending. Because
it ended.
No, not because it ended.
I love that it ended.
Not because it ended, but of how it ended. There was no epilogue where we see them interacting together after everything has happened. Him proposing to her telling him that she's pregnant, or both, God forbid. What was the one?
Fine print.
The fine print. So
but the fine print was good.
It was good until the epilogue. Okay. And that is a problem with a lot of these cheesy books, right? Is the epilogue.
Yes, the epilogue.
This had no epilogue.
Okay, good.
This had no epilogue. It went through the final scene where he's explaining everything that he's done since the beginning, and like all of these things are clicking into place, and and everything like that. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And then you end on the sweet but not too sweet.
Yeah. Which
is exactly what those books need, right? So I loved that. I respected that. It got a half star added to it specifically for that ending. It got another quarter star because the build up to the sex was better than the sex. Like,
some people know foreplay.
She's one of them.
Yeah.
And it was like the tension between them was perfect the entire time through. Even when they were button heads, it was perfect. Was it unrealistic? Yes. But it was,
good.
great. Almost to the point where the sex itself was disappointing.
Okay.
But then also she didn't have an unnecessary sex scene at the end. It was the one time and that was it. And so she got another quarter star off of that.
Good.
So I gave it 3.75 overall.
Okay.
I read it on Kindle Unlimited. It is $9.40 paperback, and I think that's the cheapest.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was my month. All right, what was your last one?
Last one. Technically, I finished this before finishing Welcome to Dead House, but this one is a 4-star and
a good one to end on.
Yeah, so I think it's a good one to end on. I also finished this the 25th.
Nice.
This is called Remarkably Bright Creatures. Shelby Van Pelt. It's that you'd probably recognize the cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and get into it because I've heard so many people talk about it. But I read the description and I was like, this don't sound like my cup of tea. You know?
Huh.
So I've like held off on it for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I gotta get my count up.
Right? I'm just gonna get through it.
Yeah. And I'm so glad. So please, if the description doesn't sound good, still give it a shot. It was a 4-star. It reminded me very much so of My Friends by Frederick Beckman.
Yes.
Okay.
From last month.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. After Tova Sullivan's husband died, she began working the night shift at the Soul Bay Aquarium, mopping floors and tidying up. Keeping busy has always helped her cope, which she's been doing since her 18-year-old son, Eric, mysteriously vanished on a boat in Puget Sound over 30 years ago. Tova becomes acquainted with curmudgeonly Marcellus, a giant Pacific octopus living at the aquarium. Marcellus knows more than anyone can imagine, but wouldn't dream of lifting one of his 8 arms for his human captors, until he forms a remarkable friendship with Tova. Ever the detective, Marcellus deduces what happened the night Tova's son disappeared, and now Marcellus must use every trick in his old invertebrate body can muster to unearth the truth for her before it's too late. It's cute.
That does sound cute.
It's cute. It's almost like frustrating because you're like, oh, why is he an octopus?
I gotcha.
You know, like I'm like, this would be so much easier if he wasn't an octopus.
Right.
Because you read the description, you're like, what the heck? I don't want to read that.
It does sound a little strange.
Yes, and I'm there with you, but it is very good. It's very sweet. It is. It's cute. I like it.
What's the age range?
Our age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it definitely has the F word in it.
Nice. Yeah, that's our age.
Yeah. But yeah.
Law.
So it's cute. And I really think that everyone should give it a shot because it's not what you expect.
Right.
Like I said, it's reminiscent of My Friends.
Okay.
So.
And you spoke very highly of that one.
Yes, I loved My Friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Well, look at that. We made it through another month.
Yes, we did.
How about that? And we want to hear your thoughts. Have you guys read any of these books? Do you agree with our thoughts on them? Let us know. Don't forget to let us know about if you've read Yellowface, The Writing Retreat, and
Julie Chan is dead.
Yes,
please.
Let us know your feelings on that. Let me know if you've reread New Moon anytime recently, and if you feel the same way as I do about it just being terrible. Or
am I too stupid to get I Who Have Never Known Men?
Let us know these things. We want to know how stupid we are. So drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you read in the month. Give us some suggestions. We're constantly adding, hence the Unfinished TBR, you know? So come find us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, The Unfinished TBR. We've got an email, theunfinishedtbr@gmail.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify with new episodes every single Monday. So you might as well subscribe so that you don't miss a thing, because we've got a lot of things planned for the rest of this year. So if you're a huge Taylor Swift fan, don't forget about that episode that's coming up. We've got Harlequin Romances coming up. We've got more debriefs. We've got the year wrap up. At least 3 more. Yeah. So come along for the ride, and we will see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Bless you. Thank you.